to another video, my friends. I hope you're doing well. This week is going to be another recipe that I made a promise to do to my sister and some other friends that was really interested. This week I'll be making lentil burgers. First, you're gonna soak the lentils overnight. Remember, they expand quite a lot, so you don't need as much as you would think looking at them. But soak them overnight, and then the next day, put them in the sauce pot. Put about double the amount of water into the pot and boil for about 45 minutes or so. They should be done. And then turn off the heat, let them cool, and what you'll do next is prepare your aromatics like the onion here. And you only have to do a rough chop on those. But next is I'm breaking down some garlic here. And again, I'm just gonna peel the skin off of these and leave them whole because I'm gonna be using a food processor and it'll process it down pretty nicely. So. Now, once that's taken care of, I'll move my cutting board to the side and I'm going to add the onions and the garlic to my food processor. Next, I didn't get a good shot of this. I was kind of too close, but I added some baby portobello mushrooms to the food processor and the onions. And you might have to do batches. That's what I did. But try not to overkill too much. But once you get it in there, run the processor. And you might need to use your fingers or a spoon or something to push down the ingredients towards the cutting blade. All right, so now I'm going to add the lentils. I didn't drain them or anything after cooking them because they absorbed all the water that I had added. And so all right, so once you get it in there, put on the lid and then push down the I always use the full button, but you just turn it on so you don't have to actually hold on to it. But it'll just take some time, like I said, mainly with having to scrape down the sides, push it down towards the cutting blades. Once that is done, you'll just dump everything into a mixing bowl. Everything's broken down and it's going to be kind of wet. That's just what you want. And next, I add panko bread crumbs. I used the whole tin of container of breadcrumbs. So be prepared for that. And remember, I do larger batches. Out of this batch, I ended up making a dozen hamburgers. And so next time I'm adding some just classic yellow mustard. It adds good flavor, but it's also, mustard's a really good binder to hold all the ingredients together, along with 2 eggs that I add to it. And just mix it all together to combine it. After this, I'll be adding the herbs and spices. Alright, so the herbs and spices I'm using, this is a Cajun seasoning mix blend that is available at my local Walmart, and I'm sure you can find it at something similar no matter what. And I use quite a lot. It's got a good mix of paprika and cayenne and salt and other stuff, so I won't be adding additional salt, but I like a little bit more smoked paprika to it to give it that smoky taste, so I added that as well. And some black pepper. And some parsley flakes. And that is some oregano. And just incorporate all that into the lentil mixture, and that's what it'll look like. And what I do is I use wax paper to because I don't cook them right away. I throw them in the freezer, and as I want to make some, I pull them out, let them defrost. And so yeah, like I said, I ended up getting a total of 12 patties. But it's messy. It's gonna be a wet mixture. Don't worry about that. It'll freeze nicely. And when you cook it up, it's a nice texture. And when you cook it up, and don't try to actually compare it to actual meat. If you do that, you're going to be disappointed. But this is a really good source of lentils are a good source of protein. It's flavorful, and for a plant-based recipe, it's really good recipe to make. Okay, so to cook it, I just pan-sear it on the stovetop. But you can barbecue them. Just have to be careful because they do tend to break apart. But I just cut 2 slices of my sourdough bread, used mayo, and added lettuce and tomato. And because it's such a soft patty, it kind of fell apart a little bit, but still tastes amazing. So don't be afraid to try it. It's very easy to make, and you can make a whole bunch and store it in the freezer. But it tastes really good. So as a plant-based alternative, I highly recommend this. And you could add other things, like one recipe I saw, you add walnuts to it to help give it structure and taste. And so, give it a try. Okay, that's it for this video. I'll leave you with these clips I got of a mother and her ducklings at the park that I like to go for my walks at. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below with your thoughts and opinions about this recipe, and take care of yourselves. All right, I am very grateful to all of you.